You gotta try this. You gotta make this. Great day and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Coach Shay. I'm your host, Coach Shay, and you're stepping into my kitchen. Today I'm going to be sharing a quick recipe on how to make coconut shrimp and waffles. I do not eat chicken, so whenever my friends are saying, oh, I could go for some chicken and waffles, I'm always like, man, I miss that combination, but what could I replace? I have some shrimp and the rest of these ingredients in my pantry and fridge, so I decided, you know what? I'm gonna make coconut shrimp and waffles, and we're just gonna see how it turns out. For today's recipe, we're gonna be using just some shrimp that I have deveined, took off the shell and peeled and butterflied because I just figured it'll probably cook faster when it's open. And we have some spelt flour mixed with arrowroot powder, which is like a cornstarch, as well as some spices. I added salt, garlic, dry garlic, sweet chili peppers. What else did I add into this? I added some ginger and some brown sugar into our flour. Then I have 1 large egg and about maybe 2 tablespoons of egg whites. And then this is the star of today's recipe. It's coconut flakes, which are unsweetened, and panko crumbles. So to do this, we're going to use our air fryer because obviously I'm trying to stay fit. And I also here on the side have already prepared some of the waffle mix, which I'm going to be using Kodiak protein cake mix. And instead of adding oil, which for 1 tablespoon has about 140 to 160 calories depending on which brand you're using, I instead used a vegetarian or vegan butter, which only had 60 grams or 60 calories from fat to this mixture. I also added water instead of milk, just trying to save on calories, and I added a whole egg, mixed this and left it off to the side, okay? So we have our air fryer and our waffle maker. We're only using 2 things, so not a lot of oil, frying pans. Just wanna make this super easy and quick. So it's an assembly line process that we're gonna be using here. I'm just gonna open up my shrimp that I dried on just some clean napkin, and I'm gonna dip it in the flour, the seasoned flour, okay? Now that makes a lot of a difference because you don't want your shrimp or whatever protein you're using to be dry or flavorless. I said dry, I actually meant bland. You don't want it to be bland, so you wanna make sure that you're well seasoning the flour, all right? And I just wanna make sure that it's properly coated with flour. So I'm gonna go up in there and just get it all up in the cracks of the first shrimp here. And then I'm going to dunk that shrimp into my egg mixture right here, get all that excess off. And then I'm gonna take it and coat it, pressing the panko and coconut flakes into it, just like this. Pour some of that over it, make sure it stays, and voila, the first shrimp is ready to go into the air fryer. I just want to make sure that it's really coated. I want coconut up in that sucker, okay? So I'll just put that into the air fryer like so, and we're gonna fast forward as I finish. Come in a little closer so you guys can see the shrimp now that it's coated in the flour, egg, and panko unsweetened coconut flake goodness. To me, it looks amazing. I'm just like, oh, I did so good. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually spray it. A big misconception that people have when using an air fryer is that they don't have to add any type of moisture to it, and that's not true. You want to make sure you're adding something so that your food doesn't dry out and crack and is just not appealing. I try to keep my fats to those that I can chew, such as hummus, avocado, salmon, nuts like walnuts, almonds, and such. So I try whenever I'm cooking to try to get as much of the fat that's non-essential out of the food. So I use most of the time an olive oil, avocado oil, cooking spray that has 0 calories and 0 fat. So we're going to now get started with the air fryer. So I'm going to close this up and turn it on. And because this is shrimp and seafood is delicate, I'm going to, but we're frying it, right? And I want it to happen fast. I'm going to set the temperature to 390. I didn't preheat this, but we're gonna set the cooking time, let's say 15 minutes, but I'm gonna keep checking on it while we're making our waffles. So let's go ahead and start that. While that is cooking, I will get my, I measure everything. So I'm gonna get my scale out of the way, and I'm gonna bring my waffle iron out. It's hot. I forgot that I preheated this thing to the forefront. I'm gonna bring my plate right here, and I have my pre-mixed protein waffle mix. For something like this, I just feel like a Belgian waffle would do so much better. And I can look and see how my scramps are doing. All right, babies. We're 1 minute in to the cooking. The first waffle is always the ugliest, but whatever. So while the last waffle finishes up, I'm gonna just unplug that because it's actually green. I'm just not ready to take it out yet. This mix made about 2 waffles. I would say 2.5 because the last one you can't even count as a waffle. But I wanna check in on our shrimps. They are doing beautifully. Y'all gotta look at this. This is one of the shrimp. It's hot. It's not yet done. I'm still gonna let it cook some more because I want them to be golden brown. So I flipped the shrimp, and I'm gonna come in here and coat it with another layer of non-fat cooking spray. So now we're a little bit more than halfway through the cooking process, right? But waffles are ready, and you know, when you're having something that's like sweet and savory, the sauce matters. I use sugar-free syrup on my waffles, but I also have this creamy mango dressing. So I'm just thinking, not sure how it's gonna turn out yet. Let's mix the two, and this will be our syrup / dipping sauce. Okay, so there's about 2 minutes left in cooking time. And let's see. I think we're good. I think we're ready. So this is what our end result on our coconut shrimp. I really hope this close up with my ashy hands are doing this justice. But can you see this? Oh my gosh. Let's taste it. I'm gonna taste it first without, just to see what the flavor is like. It smells like coconut shrimp. It smells like I seasoned it just right. This is good. Oh my God. Usually, I'm not a fan of coconut shrimp at restaurants because it's like the coconut scratches your mouth and it's overly like sweet. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now I'm gonna dip it in to our syrup sauce, right? This is gonna be so good. I'm so glad that I decided to do this.
I want to thank me.
I'm not a plater, but I sure know how to eat things, right? So we're gonna just drizzle my little syrup concoction all over. I can't wait to eat this, right? And don't embarrass me. Voila! This is our shrimp and waffles. I'm going to take it down to take a picture, so. Okay, so I got my pictures, I got my fork. Some waffle. I'm gonna dip it in to my, what is that? Weighty Rip coconut flavor. Take a shrimp, get a little bit more mango sauce on it. You gotta try this. You gotta make this. Like, so good. Well, I'm gonna keep eating. You can get all the recipe information on increasethepeach.com. Go ahead and get the information below in the description box. Head over, get the recipe, pull them out your pantries, go to the grocery store, make this, and tell me what you think. I'm gonna keep eating, but make sure you hit the like button if you haven't yet subscribed. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. What could I do differently? What should I try next? Thank you guys for coming to my kitchen. I'm Coach Shay. Until next time.